Alright, so I wanted to give you guys a 3-month update on the K2 Plus from a brand new user. I'd say so far it's pretty solid. You can see I've added a few things. I got the SpacePi X4 up there for drying filament. That's a CFS that came with the combo. Darren 3D Print has this up here. This is a really good riser that, as you can see, I don't have the most space in here. Helps me actually use this. I'm going to be printing the TPU spool that's going to go right here pretty soon. I have not done any TPU. I've only done PLA and PETG on this thing, and it's pretty turnkey for the most part. I did run into a few issues. Most of them were user error, I'll tell you that. But right around 200 hours, I did run into an issue with the extruder gear stripping, which I hear is somewhat normal. So I ordered some steel extruder gears, and I gotta say, after the gears, the prints actually seemed to print even better. So I was excited that worked out. That was a simple fix. But other than that, it's been pretty solid for a first-time user printer. I think most of the issues with the print jobs I've had have been not understanding the filaments completely. I did have some issues printing an intercooler duct that I've been designing for my RX7, and that was out of PETG. I didn't realize you had to dry PETG because I printed this whole thing out of PETG, all the black here, and I didn't have any issues whatsoever. But when I printed the intercooler duct out of PETG, I really struggled with it. There were a few other issues with the printer that were not user related. One of them was the CFS ran out of filament during the print, and it didn't detect it. So the light was still on when it ran out, and then it kept printing in the printer, and it had no layers. So I had to restart that print. Took about 6 tries to get the duct printed, but after I got those issues worked out, plus that's when the extruder gear failed, I was finally able to print a full version of the duct, which came out pretty good. I said, here's where I ran into, I don't know if you can see with the light, some bubbling here and there from not drying the PETG, from what I understand. No biggie, because this is going to be used for mold to make a carbon fiber one out of, but originally this thing's just going to be put in the car and fitted, and once it fits okay, then I'm going to give it to my friend for carbon fiber recreation. So that's that. Pretty good. Other issue, which again is user error, was I use the out of the box settings from Creality when it comes to the supports here, and this is the initial attempt to print the duct, and you can see piece broke off here because the supports were just too hard to get off, and this is only a 2mm thick, so this is a pretty thin piece of duct here, but I could not pull these supports off without breaking the duct. And you can see here the duct cracked. They're too tight. So once I read more about some of the supports, I was trying to do the auto tree slim here with the out of the box Creality settings, and it would not work. But other than that, I mean, the print was coming out pretty good for non-dried PETG. You can see no bubbling or anything on this one. So again, I believe this was the first failed print before I started running into other issues. The adhesion to the bed was fine. It finished the print just fine. It was the only issue was getting the supports off. Another thing I did to make the K2 Plus better is a bed level adjustment. I found a good video. I'll post a link in the description of how to do this, and it's actually a fairly simple process. You just need a piece of paper, and you work through and you adjust the corners. You can see that beforehand it was pretty far out on 2 corners. It was still printing fine, but I decided to just give it a go and see if it'll make anything better. I did have issues originally printing the test portions on the right side of the print bed if you have those enabled. For whatever reason, I assume it's from the bed level, it wouldn't even do a first layer on the right hand side. But after I did the bed level, you can see the difference here. This is pretty flat after doing my adjustments. I printed a single layer and it came out pretty much flawless. So this is one thing I recommend for new K2 Plus users, as I believe this did help because now I can print first layer on the right side of my bed. So a couple of upgrades I've done is I designed this exhaust manifold for the K2 Plus because my office does not have any windows and no way to vent, and when I want to start printing nylon and whatnot, so I don't want to be sitting in the office breathing all this stuff while it's going. So this is an exhaust manifold I made with a poop chute here, and again, this is a TPU, or not TPU, this is a PETG, which like I mentioned, I didn't have any problems printing this, really no bubbling or anything. It printed pretty well. So I don't know if I just got lucky with those rolls, but this is after the extruder gear broke, and I mean, look how good this thing looks with PLA. Like, no lines. This is just with the out of the box Creality fittings or settings for generic PLA. This is I believe Sunlu PLA. I just got it for cheap, but you can see, like, this thing printed excellent, and this is after the extruder gear replacement with the steel ones. So I couldn't be happier than that, but those are a couple of the bigger things I've printed along with the riser. But I'd say, you know, for a first-time user, no complaints. I don't expect anything to work perfectly out of the box. I know Bamboo Lab's kind of known for that, but I still hear problems with that. I honestly think most of the problems are user error, other than the physical breakages. I still got to figure out why the CFS didn't realize that ran out, but it could have just been a fluke after I took some filament and ran it through a couple times. The light turned off, and so I don't know. I haven't even pulled it apart to look to see what kind of switch is in there, but not a real big deal. Ruined one print, but oh well. But there you have it. I'll probably check back in after some more prints and when I start doing some higher tech filaments.